Everyone, hey, it's Nate here. I'm on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. My little company is called Outside Cleaners. I wash the outside of buildings for a living, and here on Cape Cod, that basically means I clean cedar for my livelihood. Cautionary tale I wanted to share based on a phone call I had this morning. Here's what's happened. Last autumn, homeowner over in Dennis contacted me. He said, hey, he wants a work proposal for me to wash the outside of his cedar home. I took a look. He had that dreaded bleaching oil stain on his white cedar shingles. The bleaching oil being a real mold magnet that we've seen time and again, and which has been such a problem for so many homeowners here on Cape Cod. I've documented, I'll make a little link up here to those videos. So I see what it is. I see what it's going to take to clean it properly in preparation for restaining. I give him a price, and I never heard back. I thought, okay, well, he must have gone a different direction. Well, I never heard back from him until today. He says, Nate, this is such a mess. He says, yes, he had the house washed in the springtime. He had the house stained in the springtime, and now, like 2 months later, he said the new stain is just coming right off the siding. He said anytime it rains, we're having these, driving torrential summer downpours, he says he goes out and sees less stain on his siding. He says he can take his garden hose and squirt the side of his house and basically start erasing the new stain from his cedar shingles. So, well, I'm curious. I'm not involved, but I'm curious. I said, well, tell me, like, who stained this? And he told me, he said, the name of the company, whom I know well. I know them to be reputable. They've been painting here on Cape Cod forever. I said, well, who washed it? And he told me, and I thought, ooh. I said, did you see how they cleaned the shingles? And the homeowner said, yeah, the guy stood on the ground and walked around the house and just doused everything with chlorine bleach and soap. And it got really bright. And then the guy just gently rinsed it off, and he was done in half a day. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, half a day. That's a day less than I figured it would take me to clean it in what I consider the proper way. So here's the cautionary tale. When it comes to prepping a cedar home to be restained, soft washing, which is a euphemism for just squirting chlorine and soap on things and then rinsing it off gently, soft washing isn't the ticket. It's not the way to do it, okay? Cedar is soft, it's porous, it's fibrous, and chlorine doesn't have the chemistry to clean on a microscopic level. It'll make everything brighter. It'll give the appearance of clean. But if you need it microscopically clean in order to put on a new, like in this guy's case, a little under $10,000 worth of a new stain job, soft washing isn't the way. The way in my book is shingle by shingle, using chemicals such as sodium metasilicate, hydrogen peroxide, not just, hey, we're going to make it brighter by burning the fibers of the wood, okay? And then it's a matter of thoroughly rinsing, like up close and personal rinsing, shingle by shingle, row by row. And no matter how you cut it, no matter how cheap your labor is, that's always going to be more expensive than just soft washing or the guy standing on the ground, carpet bombing your house in chlorine. All right? So if you're having a house stained or restained here on Cape Cod, keep in mind that the cheap guy is sometimes the expensive guy. Also keep in mind that there's a lot of ways to go about it, all with their pros and cons. If you're having someone prep your house for restaining, I'd be happy to do what I can to be helpful, even if it's just a conversation to perhaps share some input. Okay? I hope somebody found that helpful. Stay well.